Hey everybody, this is Support Adventure, and my name is Eric, and this is Tal, and we wanted to talk about why we love Belgrade, Serbia. And it's a city we both spent lots of time in. Actually, I lived there for the last 7 years, and I've got to say that it's a city that holds a very important part of my heart. Now, you just did it for the first time this year, so what were your first impressions when you came? Because for those of you who don't know, I met Tal here in Thailand in last November, and basically I told him, come to Belgrade, you're going to love it, and I might have a job for you there, and you can join Support Adventure. So tell me, how did it go from there when you showed up?
Yeah, so I spent 2 months in India right before I came to Belgrade, and at that point it was already my 7th month in Asia, and I was feeling really worn out from Asia, especially in the chaotic kind of Indian experience, let's say. And I was looking for a place to have a bit of comfort, something more like home, but not quite going actually home. And so I decided to check out Belgrade, Serbia because of what you told me.
Yep.
And in my mind, it was a middle point between this kind of crazy, hectic Asian life and the calm, peaceful Western European, North American lifestyle. And it's kind of true because it has this Balkan flair, this, exciting energy, people living, wanting to actually enjoy everything from life, and a little bit of this crazy hecticness, but at the same time it's definitely no India when it comes to the infrastructure and the cleanliness and the walking streets. And for me, Belgrade was just a gem. It was a gem in terms of these really nice locals that love foreigners
And speak English really well?
Speak English really well. These really nice, vibrant walking streets all across the country, all across the city, where you can walk, have a cafe, have a coffee, just see people out and about, peacefully walking. And best of all, this really comfortable lifestyle, this very convenient lifestyle where everything is always open and everything is vibrant and people are ready at a heart's moment, at a moment's notice, to just go out, go to a party, go to a club, go to a bar, or just kind of walk around. And there's so much going on culturally in Belgrade during the warmer months that I absolutely fell in love.
I mean, my story is very much one of those of being sucked in by 3 things: wine, women, and song.
Yeah.
And the 4th thing would be food. So, and friendly people, and just the whole thing. I love the local culture and the way that they appreciate their local culture while still being open to the world, and still actually realizing where they fit on a global map while still maintaining their local traditions. And people there they just have this sort of very upfront and honest quality about them that just you don't find in a lot of places in North America and Western Europe. It's hard to describe if you've never experienced something that's not that sort of sincerity. That if you've always experienced something that's not that sort of sincerity, it's hard to describe what it is when those filters are released and people are just genuine and really not inhibited in that sort of overly polite or PC way.
Yeah. I would say in a nutshell, the way that I interpret it, in Western Europe and North America, people live to work, and in places like Belgrade, Serbia, people live to live. It's truly that comfort and ability to do what you love, and they value that more than just making money.
Yeah. And it's important to be able to enjoy all aspects of your life over there. People enjoy their family lives, they enjoy their friends and socializing, and work kind of takes a backseat. They could work a little more on that, but that's why we're focusing with Support Adventure. That's why I started the business, based on my desire to live in Belgrade and bring prosperity to that place, because the local business culture is not great at all.
Yeah, it needs improvement.
Needs lots of opportunity for improvement, especially if you're a tech entrepreneur. It's great to go and hire people there because they're grateful for the opportunity, and that's why it's a great destination for tech people. And it's also a great destination for anybody who's looking to start a business online, because it's really cheap and affordable to just be there. I mean, you can get apartments for 200 or 300 euros a month, close to the city center, if not in the city center, and food at the markets is just very, very cheap, and internet works great, and there's nothing better than Belgrade in the spring or fall months, or the summer is a little too hot and the winter is a little too cold, but May and September are golden seasons that are just amazing, and I would recommend you check out.
And I think on top of everything, all you said is true, but the best thing about Serbia by far is Serbian people.
Serbian people.
They're so friendly and nice and honest and open in general. I mean, it's generalization, but it holds.
It's like an
truth.
anomaly of just like people who are straight up awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they can be prickly, sarcastic, negative, and all that stuff, but the other thing is, I speak Serbian, and I notice when you speak Serbian, you get a different side of them. But when they're treating foreigners in their country, the type of behavior they treat them with is the best of what they have to offer. And it's like, really, I mean, it's definitely a place that everybody who is interested in remote working should check out. It might not be for you. If you don't like smoking, for example, they smoke lots of cigarettes over there. If you don't like, loud people, then they're very loud. But for example, me, I'm very loud as well, so I fit in there. And if you feel that somehow, like, you haven't fully lived as confidently, courageously, and you haven't lived this sort of raw party lifestyle that you want, Belgrade's a great place to go and just like let out your internal beast, I think.
Yeah.
So
check it out.
And the people are also very smart and philosophical. That's the counterbalance to that, is like people actually have stuff going on up here in Belgrade. You know, they have interesting ideas and opinions about all sorts of things and look at things in a different way that can be quite refreshing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Belgrade, and it's also a good place for digital nomads because it's like outside the Schengen zone, so you can spend 3 months in Europe and, for example, go to Serbia for 3 months and not need any visa to stay in either region, for example. And a lot of people, find it easier to stay long term as well.
Yeah, for digital nomads, I think Serbia is great because it doesn't have a very big community right now. It's very small and it's very intimate, and you integrate into the local culture and society so much easier than other nomad hotspots.
Yeah.
I've been to a lot of nomad hotspots around Europe and Asia, and there's no better place that I found other than Belgrade for integrating to the local culture and society and being surrounded by local people all the time that are smiling and happy and actually see you as a real friend and as a part of their circle instead of as, this outside
foreigner. You're not a foreigner in Belgrade.
No.
In the same way that you would be in a place like Thailand or even Colombia. You're not a gringo so much. Like, you can fit in and be accepted, and people will actually like just share their lives with you and let you inside their inner circles. And
it's becoming very, very cool and trendy with a lot of the cafes and bars opening up around. Every place is cheap. And every place has its charm. You really have a wide amount of options in like Deutschel, for example, which is a very nice part of the city, or in the center, or near Savamala, near the river. There's a lot of nature nearby as well. It's right at the confluence of 2 rivers with islands there on the rivers, and a lot of green parks and green spaces and walking streets. And it's a pleasant environment, which is something that's lacking in places like Chiang Mai, for example, which walking around
the green
here,
spaces, yeah.
The green space and the walking pedestrianized streets as well.
And the cafe culture.
Yeah.
Sitting on the street. Like, we found a location which is the relevant approximation of that we could find in Chiang Mai.
Yeah, believe it or not, we're actually in Thailand right now. It might not look like it, but yeah.
So, guys, check it out. Check out Belgrade. I mean, it's a great place, and we at Support Adventure are able to help you with tips. And also check out my YouTube channel, Belgrade Beat, where I talk all about life as an expat in Belgrade and local issues and stuff like that. So basically, I'll just finish this off by saying, like, my life in Serbia, the first 2 or 3 times I visited there, I met such great people and had such a good time. Then I went back to Canada, and my Canada life was dull, people were dull, the culture was dull, and I just decided life is too limited or short or whatever you want to call it. Like, you only have one shot. And for me, I had no choice but to go and live in Serbia. And I think if you visit the place and you're a person like me who's interested in stuff like that, you might feel the same. So thanks a lot. Eric, Support Adventure, Chiang Mai, Thailand, talking about Belgrade, Serbia. We'll see you there next year in 2020.
Yeah.